The use of song lyrics by prosecutors as evidence in a trial is a complex and often controversial practice. The newly formed nonprofit Free Our Art says there have been nearly 700 cases where lyrics were cited in court since the early 1990s. The organization is advocating for the protection of artists' rights under the First Amendment. Rapper Mac Phipps knows this all too well. We first met him back in 2023 when he told us how his life came to an abrupt halt more than 2 decades ago when his songs were presented as evidence against him in a murder trial. He was ultimately convicted of manslaughter. Mac Phipps joins us now. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
So explain to our viewers what this is. 4 years ago, you were granted clemency from the governor of Louisiana after having served 21 years of a 30-year sentence for a crime you did not commit.
Yes.
You did not commit this crime. Someone else confessed to committing the crime. Explain how your music, your words, were used to convict you.
So in the way that they were used, what we would call propensity evidence, as if to suggest that because I wrote these type of songs, that I was highly or more than likely capable of committing this crime. And that's the issue we have here with Free Our Art. It's like it's being used literal or autobiographical as if it's a diary entry, and that's incorrect.
So tell us about the work that you're doing with this nonprofit, Free Our Art. What are you guys pushing toward?
So Free Our Art is a bipartisan big tent organization, and our focus is 3 things. We focus on, number 1, passing legislation on a state and federal level that limits the way that creative expressions can be used against artists in court. Number 2, funding or initiatives that further that initiative, and as well as providing support for defendants who are in those situations and
Legal support and things like that.
So what does it mean to have groups like the Recording Academy, the Recording Industry Association of America, and SAG-AFTRA backing this initiative? It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and I think it's needed. It's a bipartisan issue as well. I mean, currently we have, in a couple weeks, they're voting on a law in New York and in Missouri. We already passed similar bills in California and in Louisiana. And in fact, in Louisiana, it was the Republican Speaker Pro Tem that authored the bill. So this is a bipartisan effort. I think it's something that, with all the division that's going on in America, that we all can get behind, and that's freedom of speech, freedom of expression.
Mac, how does it feel to use your experience to try to create this change and the change is happening? How does that feel for you?
It's fulfilling.
21 years. You even had to get permission from your parole officer to
come
up
here today, right. Yeah. And I think it's great for me because it's my way of giving back and hopefully prevent this from happening to anyone else, from what happened to me from happening.
So one thing, Mac, this has been primarily used to target hip-hop artists, but I love heavy metal, and I can tell you some of the stuff from the 1980s, misogyny that was inherent in some of the lyrics. I never saw those bands or those lyrics being targeted. But can you see how perhaps a juror sitting on a jury might say, well, this lyric sounds like all he writes about is this type of stuff, this type of crime. Is there a way to play devil's advocate here, or not at all?
I don't think so. I think that it's a misunderstanding of the genre. I mean, Taylor Swift has a song called Nobody, No Crime. You know, so I just think that it's a misunderstanding of the genre.
Of the genre of what hip-hop is. As you say, it's not a diary. It's not a diary of the things that you're doing.
Right.
It's a chronicle just the same way a movie is.
Right. I mean, art in its, by definition, is not literal. I mean, it's expressive, it's allegorical, metaphorical, and, you know.
And open to interpretation. Thank you so much, Mac, for
so
being
happy
here.
that you're channeling this into this project. It's really important.
And thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for being here, making the time.